Hello, welcome to Magic with Melly. And so, this reading is about someone who wants a second chance because they know they were unjust to you. They were unjust to some sort of Queen of Pentacles here because they were focusing too much on the past. They're like, for these 3 cups that are spill over, it's like third party energy. It's like this didn't work out, this didn't work out, this didn't work out. So they're like really focusing on what didn't work out. When you were working out for them, when you were trying to help them, when you were trying to show up for them, you were just being a Queen of Pentacles, leading by example, or just grounding, doing what it takes to ground the situation. But then they weren't, okay? They were just moping around, and they kept finding reason. They were just operating from imbalance. They kept finding reason not to, when you were just simply asking for this or that, and they were just too triggered. Maybe never held space for moving on before. Like, they didn't see a reason for moving on until they met you. Some people, they don't have their own motivation, so they need something else to motivate them. Spirit saying maybe this is just all you were meant for, is to show them potential, show them like what can come in, what is possible, what's out there. Ace of Cups is giving potential, but maybe you weren't really supposed to ground, because the Queen of Pentacles is like it's someone that can literally make anything work out, but that doesn't mean everything has to work out. And so the thing here is the Lover's card is giving this person, God sent them to you to seem like your lover, but they weren't really your lover. What really occurred here is that you were supposed to be a lesson for them, because you are maybe the walking blessing. And so they, like, what you do is just change people's lives by entering it. And that's all you need to do, was just enter his or her life. Exist. You just needed to exist. And people either learn their lessons because of you, for you, about you, surrounding you, something like that. And I know that sometimes it's not like the most easiest experience, but you also received something yourself personally, okay? As much as you were a lesson for this person was lessons for you too. It just comes in layers. It comes however unique it is for you at the time. The Hermit card is giving someone needs to go within and kind of reignite the light. Someone needs to look at like their chart, when it, like personality charts and things, seeing how introverted or extroverted one is, seeing what one can handle, what one is willing to leave behind, because this is giving like 9 of Swords, and that 7 is like, just leave behind what is too much to carry. Like this individual is carrying 5 swords and leaving 2 swords behind. The Queen of Pentacles, whoa, back of the deck. So we were just talking about like a Queen of Pentacles can literally make anything work, but that doesn't mean everything is supposed to work out, right? So don't force things. Justice and the 4 of Cups. Ooh. Someone was paying attention to 3 of Cups energy when a divine offer was coming in, and that kind of delayed things because you were like staying small when you're meant for big things. So go get big things. Some of you are too afraid. It's like the Chariot card gives go-getter energy. Whether it's a second chance, whether it's, you know, for the first time and it's just that black and white. Someone's really afraid, or someone has a lot of betrayal surrounding them, and it's like, this is some stuff you need to walk away from. This stuff that you don't need in your life. Confidently walk away, ask for clarity so that you can become more confident with your decisions. You know, if you're questioning yourself, you'll receive the answers in your world, some way, some form. Like your angels will just make it more obvious. If you make it obvious to your angels, you need something from them here. They're willing, okay? They just don't know how to step or move for you until you show you're ready for it. Yeah, like they could want, it's like your ego, it's like conflicts, like get over this inner conflict with yourself, because that makes you vulnerable for when other people want harm or conflict or danger for you. If you're in inner conflict, you won't be able to see these other people who have conflict for you, because they're going to be resonating with you. They're going to be supporting the conflict you have within. So like kind of, if you have conflict, deal with it on your own and then work with other people, because it's the what you worked through that like you're strong in that, so then you're sharing your strength and helping other people be strong in that too. But if you just share conflict, it just creates more conflict. Do not bring conflict without a solution. You need to find the solution. You can't just like bring conflict. Someone could really like green beans, or could really like asparagus or broccoli, or they like recently had that. Someone likes to cook fish. The Magician, someone needs to get their chakras rebalanced. you can connect with me and send a deposit for scheduling, and we could see what's up with that. Chakras recalibrating. Ace of Cups. Page of Cups. They're both reversed. Like someone doesn't feel like they deserve this, so they are just not getting it. So then if they're not getting it, you know, like you're worth getting, you're worth going after. So if they're not, if they don't think they deserve you, then see that like they're going to do shit that's undeserving, if that makes sense, whether it's for themselves or towards you. Okay, when you're in a shared space, you can't help but have shared experiences. So if they don't think they deserve you, they're going to be treating themselves undeserving. They're going to be treating you undeserving somehow, some way, eventually. Okay, so if they feel this way, know that eventually you're going to be feeling some type of way. Mutual. Okay, so for example, like if someone's not happy with themselves, they're going to attract other people who are also not happy with themselves, and they're going to be like falsely exchanging love, because they are going to have love for one another but not love for themselves. So then eventually someone's going to hate themselves and not give to the person they love because they hate themselves. So it's like this weird like energy exchange, because there's not love within and there's not enough of it within. So there's like always take. I love this person, but they're like, I need them to love me. I need them to love me. That's like just weird. It's an extreme ego weird. That's what I mean. Weird is not necessarily a bad context, but just something that is said about things that you don't understand. And I definitely don't understand, or like I do but don't understand that energy anymore. Yeah, this undeserving energy. But then like someone loves themselves, right? Then they're going to go and try and get what they deserve. And then they love somebody else, right? They have enough love to give to someone else. They love somebody else. The moral then is like seeing if it's mutual. They have to love themselves too. They have to be happy with themselves too, because if they're not there, they're going to drag you to where they're at, or you're going to be exhausted trying to lift them up to where you're at. you can't lift more than your own weight. So like, you're going to want to bring them to where you're at, but it's not going to be easy. Like, I mean, choose your hard, but like, you're the one that's worth your while. When you have to give, there has to be a little bit of a displacement of knowing like there's another time for things and such and such and such. The community card comes out, 6 of Cups. Someone's going to be generous or charitable. Someone is going to be volunteering. Queen of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. The High Priestess. The High Priestess, that energy is so intuitive. It's giving like, let your intuition guide you to the spaces you need to be. It could be totally new spaces, and you might be afraid. You might be afraid to even step into those spaces. But when you do, you might find ease. Because I'm getting like the anxiety before you step into something big is usually dissolved once you step into what's big. Because you'll feel like the anxiety kind of feels like constricting a little bit. You're like a little bit on the heart space. And it's like because you need more from the situation. And then you give yourself more and you're like, ah. Sometimes though, it's about like you need less. So you need to like give yourself less so you could like breathe. Because sometimes too much is like you can't breathe. There's too much. So there's like alleviating anxiety. But your experience is your experience. You know what your anxiety is surrounding, and in many ways you may already know how to alleviate it, but obstacles get in the way, such as someone's opinion, people pleasing, you know, physical things get in the way, or you let it. I can't go here because I have a work shift, or I can't do this because I promised my friend or my family member this. Like one of my messages was like, what's really important to you? You or these people? And I forewent a photography shoot for friends that weren't even my friends. And I ended up regretting that decision, but it also taught me choose my priorities, and then my friends can come a different time. If they're really my friends, they'll understand that I come first, and then they can come around when things are aligned. King of Wands is giving like, I don't know, like something about this King of Wands, like maybe they had a hard time with the energy I just described, where they just couldn't prioritize you amongst their friends because maybe their friends were around longer, but maybe their friends don't treat them like you do. So they were in conflict over what's more important, time or energy, what's more important, my friends or my family, what's more important, my person or my career. Like there's all these things, but it's like just because you choose your person over your career one day doesn't mean you have to choose that forever. Just because you choose your career over your person one day doesn't mean that's always what it's gonna, like, just some energy is not all or nothing. It's not permanent. Energy is definitely not something that, like, the perfect situation looks different all the time. It is in the context of what's happening right now. It's the right energy happening at the right time. That is perfection. Or the right event happening at the right time. Okay, and we have Ace of Cups. We keep seeing it reverse, but now it's upright, and now we have the Magician reverse. Yeah, there's been some poor judgment on self versus others. I think a lot of you are seeing yourself in other people, and because you're giving yourself to them. But then when you remove yourself, you find that maybe they're nothing at all like you, and the parts that were showing that were like you were what you wanted to see, what you were placing in their life. what you were sort of projecting into the situation. Stop, like, just let go here. Don't hang on too tightly. See, you, The numbers 3s, 8s, and 1s could be significant. The letter R, the letter W could be significant. Number 9 is significant as well, and number 2. Someone needs to check their mail or their email. There's something you're not seeing as far as maybe communication goes. Like 2 of Swords is kind of giving like, it's kind of like speaking different languages or something. Like someone's like speaking in tongues and someone's speaking English, or someone's speaking Pig Latin or something. 3 of Cups. I think that there's a misconception surrounding the 3 of Cups, because if like your person, they want two of Cups energy. They want all your energy. They want you to be sharing space and time with one another. However, if there's 3 of Cups energy, it's given the energy's divided, and your person might wonder, well, if the energy is going somewhere else, where's it going? Well, the fear is that it's going to someone else if there's monogamy. But then the fear is also just betrayal. If it's not about monogamy, it's, about polyamory, then it's like, just make sure they're telling the truth. Like, where is their extra attention going to? If it's not going to me, where's it going? Someone just needs to, like, be more in someone's life, or be more understanding or more receptive to learning about their point of view. Ace of Swords, yeah. Someone needs to just be more like throat chakra stuff. You may work on your throat chakra. We have the Death card. We have the 9 of Cups reverse. Someone's been thinking a lot about this, but they don't want to move forward until like some betrayal is cleared out and cleaned out, or even just seen and dealt with, because they know if they nourish this garden that is you, I'm hearing like you are a garden, that they can get everything that they need from you. If they just nourished you, they can get everything they need, but they're not ready to nourish themselves, nourish this garden, because there's other things that would be damaging for it. So they need to like clear out those weeds. They need to understand the force of attraction, and like kind of the root of attraction. Am I attracted to this person for their physical looks, for their energy, for both? Am I attracted to this person because they have what I want? Am I attracted to this person because they're like something I used to attract in, and like I'm being tested right now? Like a lot of collective is asking themselves these questions before doing anything, because they're like, I want to make sure that if I'm going to nourish some seeds, that they're going to actually give me fruits of labor, that they're actually going to give me, like, this person's just contemplating, like, is this going to be worth my while? When am I going to get my chance, my situation, my, when? In divine timing. Ace of Swords. Just keep speaking up, speaking out, being clear, being yourself. I think the most attractive thing for your person is being yourself, because your person is looking for you. So they're not looking for this person or that person that you're trying to be like, okay? So if you try and be like that person, they're not looking for that person. They're looking for you. So you ought to be you so that your person can find you easier. But if you're out here trying to be like Angelica, I don't know, Rugrats, okay? If you're out here trying to be like Angelica, your person's not going to find, they're not going to be able to see you in that disguise, okay? Someone needs to take off like a self mask. Stop with consuming things that are not originally of you. Unless it feels good, or, you know, like, then don't receive it. Don't act from it. Four of Wands. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Stay magical. I am Melly. This was Magic with Melly.